All right, welcome back to Ideas for Better Living. Today we're going to talk about ideas for better investing. And my daughter sent me a note the other day. She's like, Dad, how do I start buying stocks? So this goes out to my daughter Tanya. And also, I've heard this from other viewers. I'm a professor at a university, and my students have been talking to me about stock trading. It's become very popular, and there's a lot of new platforms out there. And basically, today it's as easy as opening a bank account. Now, we call them an online broker, a stockbroker. Just as a bank can give you checks and services, and they can do all kinds of loans, and the bank helps you out with your finances, an online broker helps you buy and trade stocks and commodities and other investment vehicles. Okay? So they're very similar today. And today it's very, very, very easy. For example, Bank of America bought out Merril Lynch. And I use Merril Lynch, and I connect it, as you can see here. If you have a Bank of America account, or if you don't need Bank of America to have a Merril Lynch trading account. But if you have them both, they're easy to link together. So you can go back and forth between the two, and you can actually send money back and forth pretty easily. Now, one of the things about Merril Lynch is they have limited trading features. For example, I cannot trade after hours like my other accounts. So if you're just going to be somebody who wants to invest some of their money and you don't want international markets and stuff, you would open an individual brokerage account with them. Now, they have managed accounts, which you need more money to open. But if you're just going to open an account, there's no fees or anything. You just basically put in a little money and open it up. Now, they have the individual brokerage account. Now, I can have an IRA, a retirement account. I can do rollovers, so I can roll my other investments or 401ks, maybe have a little money in another stock, you can roll it over. You can have joint accounts with your spouse, and you can even have managed accounts. So I like them because I link them together, and I can work my Bank of America with that account. Now, Morgan Stanley, you've heard of Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, they bought out E-Trade, and E-Trade and Ameritrade were the first two accounts I opened back in the 90s and 2000s. Okay? And basically today there is no account minimum. When I started, you needed like $15,000 or $20,000. There was a minimum you had to put in. Today, you could put in $100. Okay? And you can go online and open these very easily. You basically just have to be an American citizen. Now, if you're from Canada or Mexico or other countries, you're going to have your own trading brokerages in that country. So just remember, stocks are sold on an exchange. And for example, like Merrill Lynch, I can't do a lot of international stocks. Now, Ameritrade helps me buy international stocks that are traded through these pink sheets and over-the-counter type. It's a different way to buy international companies. Now, if you're just looking at being an investor, Ameritrade or E-Trade are very good. Now, unlike Robinhood, there's no fractional shares. So if you want to buy a $3,000 stock like, let's see, Amazon, like Robinhood, you can buy just like a tenth of a share. Ameritrade and E-Trade won't let you do that. But most people don't buy fractional shares. They just buy like one share of a lower stock, like a $100 stock or $50 stock. So if you just want to be a regular trader, they are great. I like Ameritrade because they basically have the zero cost, and I can change money from my bank account to Ameritrade or my E-Trade, so I can kind of network them together. And that's actually a pretty good trading platform. Now, if you really want to do trading, Fidelity is known for their trade executions. So sometimes when you put in an order, and you can watch my videos on how to place an order, how to research stocks. If you go on our site, you'll see lots of other how to make money in the stock market, how to buy a good company. But if you're just looking at buying and selling stocks and you want like Apple at $120 and you put it in, Fidelity is pretty good about getting the stock you want at the amount you want. My Ameritrade, sometimes it's good, sometimes not so good. And I like Fidelity accounts because they put your money in a money market that pays a little higher interest. My Ameritrade pays like 1/3% or something. So the money that I'm not trading, the money that's sitting in my account. So I bought some Apple and Facebook and Twitter or General Electric, whatever I buy, those are my stocks I hold. And then there's money in my account. Now, Fidelity puts them in a money market, which means automatically you get a higher percentage, right? It's like a savings account. Most of the other companies put them in a little account, but you don't get very much interest, okay? They have zero trading fees. You don't have a minimum, but there's no commodities or a future option trading, that kind of thing. So Fidelity is really good if you want to do a little more day trading because they're really good at executing or buying and selling the stock when you want to buy it or sell it, okay? Fidelity is very good. Now, Charles Schwab is the old boy, and for a long time, people had a Schwab or Charles Schwab account. Now, they're really big on ETF trading. Now, those electronically traded fund, there's different names for ETF, but basically, they're funds like a mutual fund, except for they're not managed. They're kind of done electronically, and they have a very large selection of ETFs. So if you want to buy all the gold companies or you want to buy a bunch of stocks from China or Japan, they're very good for that. Now, they have really good reports, and they have you can get their reports, their explanation of stocks at a lower cost. So Charles Schwab has a lot of help if you need help along the way. And they have limited trading, so you can't do a lot of international trading. But they have the zero trade fee and account minimum. Pretty much now, if you buy or sell a stock, you don't have to pay a fee. You used to have to pay money like $10 a trade or $6 a trade. Or if you sold 1,000 shares, you had to pay a little bit of money for that. Today, most of those fees are gone. So Charles Schwab would be good if you want a little bit more help. Now, Robinhood is a newer entry, and they basically exploded because they're a very simple trading platform. Your phone, right? The other ones you can use your phone, but Robinhood kind of engineered that, and you could buy fractional shares. So a lot of poor younger people, they want to buy Tesla or Google, but they don't have $200 or $300 or $1,000. So they could buy little fractional shares. So they're basically the big boy in that. But they don't have a lot of securities, meaning they're limited on what you can buy there. And their reliability's been a little bit suspect now because of the fiasco with all these short trading and GameStop, and they stop people from buying and selling. Now remember, Robinhood is newer, and if you just want to go in and try your trading hand, that's okay. But if you really want to be a trader, you want to do it often, the best one would have to be Interactive Brokers. Now, they're more for advanced traders. You can do international trading. They have 30 or 40 different countries. So if you really want to start trading in other countries, now there's no minimum fees and there's no real trading fee, but if you start buying non-US assets, like you want to buy Samsung, which is traded in the Kopsi, which is traded in Korea, you can't buy Samsung, basically. It's not traded on the American exchanges, really, but you can buy it through a foreign exchange. So if you're going to do that and you want to broaden it out, you can do Interactive Brokers. There's also TradeStation. They're really big for the day traders, okay? So basically, it's like you open an account. So basically, you can pick any of these. Now, it depends on what you're looking at. So if you have a Bank of America, maybe you want to just do that simple with Merril Lynch. If you want to just buy some stocks and hold it, you want to maybe open up your own retirement fund, Ameritrade or E-Trade are very good. If you want to get a little bit more of a trading vehicle, you could go with a TradeStation, or you could use Robinhood. There's lots of these out here. I've just named a few of them. But if you want to start buying stocks, remember, you have to go to a bank or to a brokerage company that they can buy stocks for you, right? So that's basically how it works. Now, most of these, you can buy bonds and bond funds. You can buy ETFs. You can buy mutual funds. Do a little research. So depending on what kind of person you want to be in trading, most of my friends and most people I know have Ameritrade or an E-Trade, or they have a Merril Lynch, okay, or Charles Schwab. Those are basically the go-to guys, in Fidelity. All of them are pretty good, and you could look at some pros and cons. But if you want to start trading, you have to open one of these accounts. It's very simple today. Basically, you need a social security number. You need to give them a little financial information. You basically have to give them where you live and your phone number. And it's basically that simple now. It's not complicated like it used to be. And I highly recommend it. So go ahead and look at some more of our stocks. Now, I tell people, open your account. And if you go to our Yahoo Finance, I have 3 or 4 videos using Yahoo Finance. You don't buy and sell stocks through them, right? So it's not a trading platform. It's just a way you can put in ticker symbols or companies, and you can review them, and you can see the moving averages. So if you watch my videos on Yahoo Finance, you can start practicing trading and pretend to build a portfolio and do your research using Yahoo Finance. I found that to be better than the Ameritrades and Scottrades and Schwab accounts. I use Yahoo Finance because it's easy to do. So go ahead and check out that video. Like us, and I hope to see you in our next video about how to make money in the stock market. All right.